How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 22 of the ChiTown Podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about the Cubs and other news around MLB baseball. MLB baseball. The
Yeah.
MLB. How we
No,
doing
we were
today,
talking
Tom?
about the NPB or the KBO.
NBB.
I'm doing pretty good. Just got a lot of stuff to do.
I feel
Um,
that.
I didn't go to class today.
Must be
Which is,
nice. One of my classes got canceled, so I'll
but
had my
the
morning
reason was is
classes.
I overdid myself yesterday in playing basketball, and I just didn't want to get out of bed.
Sometimes you're just gassed.
Yeah, so I just rested, and then obviously it took me a little bit to get up, but then I got up, and then I just hung around for a little bit. Then me and my roommate played pickleball, and then I lifted, hit his arms. It was an all right lift.
All right,
I
lift.
was
Nothing
I was
crazy.
tired, so I really realistically wanted to take a rest day today, but it makes no sense because I was gonna take one tomorrow because I'm golfing.
Yeah.
So I just didn't really add up. Yeah, did that. Got some food. Panda Express or not Panda Express. Orange Chicken was at the dining hall, so it's always a W when that happens.
There you go. Hot
And
take.
then
Orange chicken's hella overrated.
I don't love it, but I love it when it comes to the dining hall because you don't got a lot of options. Did that, snipe some Fairlife on the way back in the pop up shop or whatever,
There you go.
and then we're here. And then after this, I have to do homework, which sucks because tomorrow, or I said tomorrow I'm going golfing. It's at 9 a.m. so early night. How about you?
Yeah. What the class had a nice little nap. Checked out an apartment for next year,
Solo or with
and
somebody else?
with one of my roommates. And then um what else did I do? Oh, I went to the store, got a couple of steaks and baked potatoes for dinner.
Wow, really spoiling yourself, kid.
I know, dude.
I wish.
And now I'm here. So pretty boring day, but
Yeah,
it was a long one, long day.
some day, not every day can be exciting.
Exactly.
Because then, what would make the day exciting if they were all exciting? And then that would just be a normal day.
You're right. Boom.
If you really think about it like that.
Arizona got a dub in triple overtime at Utah yesterday.
Yeah, there's only one reason too. Because you bet on
Uh,
Utah.
it's because I bet on Utah, man. I did my job,
Yeah.
but I did hit a different parlay, so maybe I'm not cursed anymore.
Yeah. Maybe, I mean, you made it all back in one,
Yeah,
pretty
pretty
much,
much.
which
That
is
was a big
nice.
one. Big hit before the Super Bowl where I planned to lose it all.
Yeah. Roll it
Um,
over.
we'll probably tomorrow and Sunday morning we'll make a TikTok, and on the Twitter we'll post some of our picks that we're thinking.
Yeah.
Um, we'll have to cook if you follow us there.
Attempt to
Beware.
cook.
It's attempt to cook.
We're usually good, but last time it just didn't go too well.
We're gonna try and get a good prize picks entry going. Last time the prize picks entry was we
I've
went 0 for
never
4 with
I've
the
never
free
done that.
square.
With the
Me
free
neither.
square, the worst I've ever done was 3 for 4.
I think that was on Thanksgiving. Yeah.
And that was the worst I've ever done. And I don't know. It's just it's not me, man.
Well, yeah. It's not all game.
Wait. Okay. The prize picks entry though, it's gonna be annoying because
Well, I'm thinking if we work something out for tonight and then maybe tomorrow,
because you can't
we'll
put it
sprinkle it in with NBA because you don't want to have 4 bets on one game.
And the problem is you have to put all of them with the Niners
Yeah,
because you can't have two guys in the same team, which is dumb.
kind of dumb,
Whatever.
but
What are you gonna do?
we'll post them.
Yeah, I'll try to figure that out. Well, we'll craft sometime tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. But let's get into it. Big baseball news. Of course, not related to the Cubs because of hibernation Hoyer. Bobby Witt Jr. signs a massive contract extension with the Royals, $288.8 million over 11 years.
He deserves it.
He definitely deserves it.
So good. And
I
he's
would
gonna keep getting
say
better too.
top 5 shortstop already.
Yeah, he's fringing it. He's how old is he? He's so young.
I mean, they drafted him out of high school.
He's 23.
Did you know Adley Rutschman is 26?
Really? Is that old?
Yeah,
I guess I guess he went to Oregon State.
he's drafted. I think when he was 21 out of college. But
I was gonna
Juan
say,
Soto
was he
is
senior?
younger than Adley Rutschman.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
It's actually insane to think about.
Yeah, Bobby Witt had a really good year last year.
30 home runs, 276
He
batting
seems
average,
like
813 OPS.
if he walked a little bit more, he'd be elite at the plate.
Agreed. His OBP is kind of low.
Only 319 for hitting 276.
The slug is crazy though.
Yeah, I know.
495.
He's gonna steal you over 40 bags too. He's 49 last year.
Yeah,
And that'll get you that paycheck.
100%. That's just an
Yeah.
elite player.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
know.
great pick by the Royals.
Yeah, he was a high pick though.
2.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I didn't know if he was 1 or 2. Who went 1? Was that Rutschman?
That was Adley Rutschman's draft.
Okay. Yeah. Now who went 3? That's the real question.
I'm gonna look that up right now.
I don't even remember what year it was.
2019.
20? It was 19.
Let's see. Andrew Vaughn went 3.
Yeah. A little bit of a fall. If he's still
Which-
good, but
I'm not gonna lie, the White Sox ruined him because he was projected to like match.
yeah. And then
they called him up so early,
JJ
and it kind of
Bleday,
stunted his development.
Riley Green,
Riley
CJ
Green, that was a
Abrams.
good pitch. CJ Abrams, Lodolo, Young, Langoliers.
This is a pretty solid first round, from guys making it
Manoah
to
at
the league.
11. Stott at 14.
JJ Bleday
yeah.
has been pretty bad in the MLB. He's not been good.
Corbin Carroll at 16.
Riley Green has been solid. CJ Abrams looked really good last year. Nick Lodolo.
Lodolo when he's healthy.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was hurt.
Probably the Reds' best
Josh
pitcher.
Young looked good. Shea Langoliers, he hasn't really done much, but
Nah. Manoah had a 1 year.
Hunter Bishop didn't do much. Yeah, Alec Manoah had a really good 1 year. Brett Beatty's been but he's in the league.
Yeah.
I don't know
Stott's
who
been solid.
I don't know who Keone Cavaco is.
I don't either.
But yeah, Stott's been good. Will Wilson, I don't know who that is. And Corbin Carroll, elite. Jackson Rutledge sounds very familiar. He's been in MLB.
I believe you're correct.
Quinn Priester,
Nah.
he's kind of BP, but was in MLB. Because what's the stat? Only 50% of
50% of first round picks make it.
I don't know Zach Thompson.
George Kirby at 20.
Zach Thompson went to Kentucky.
Yeah, that's probably why he sucks.
George Kirby, elite. Braden Shoemaker.
Volpe down here. Michael Bush.
Okay, everything past 21 and down is pretty. I mean, I guess it at the end it catches up a little bit, but there's a stretch of. I guess Michael Toglia has been up.
Gunnar Henderson the second round.
Yeah, obviously Michael Bush is a Cub, so he's barely been up though. Anthony Volpe, I still think he'll be good. He has a lot of hate.
Pretty decent draft, honestly.
Yeah, all said and done, yeah. Second round's really shit, to be honest.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Chase Strumpf.
Oh
my God,
higher
this
on
thing's
him
bad.
than most. He's got to cut his strikeouts
Spencer Steer's in here.
while keeping his
It's a
power
third
to have
round.
any
Michael
value.
Harris. Matt Brash is in here. It's scrolling. Hunter Brown. That's a really good pick. That was in the 5th round. End of it, too.
Yeah. I mean, overall, it's just really good for baseball when these players, especially for a small market team like Kansas City, they're able to sign their homegrown talent. And their homegrown talent's really good.
I'll give you one more because I could scroll all day, but Hayden Wisniewski is 6th round by the Yankees. Caleb Killian, too. Sorry. All right, I'm done.
I saw that in the 8th round.
I'll stop. This is just addicting just to see who has even made an appearance. Oh, really? Jack Leiter was picked in the 20th round, but
he didn't sign with the Yankees.
How's he even doing in the minors?
Not great.
I was gonna say
those Vandy boys have been terrible.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Kumar Rocker didn't even sign with the Mets initially, and then the Rangers took him the 3rd overall the next year.
That's insane. I don't know how that worked out for him, but it did.
Yeah,
I
2023, he was 2-6 with a 5.07 ERA,
beast. He's older too.
1.3 WHIP. Oh my god! In AAA, he was even worse. He had a 3 WHIP. Only one appearance though.
How old is he? Like 23.
I think he's kind of older. He
24.
is 20. Yeah, he'll be 24.
Damn. What a shame.
Kumar Rocker he's going to be 24, and he was okay. 3.86 ERA. 1 WHIP last year. Oh, that was in high A though.
I hope he's doing good in high A if he's this old.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he was so good at Vandy.
Yeah, no, this is a crazy fall off. Jesus, the highest he's been
Like
is high A.
that 2021 season.
Whose stats were you reading off before
273.
this? Like you said, triple
Jack
A.
Leiter.
Oh, okay. That was like, what are you?
He was elite in college. Jack Leiter was better.
I'm pretty sure he got hurt.
2.13 ERA.
Is what happened.
He did, and then Kumar Rocker had issues with his arm. Apparently, that's why.
Yeah, I think he had to get surgery. Yeah, no, that's just unfortunate. 386 in high A is just at 24.
Yeah,
It's not. Ni hao.
Not that good. Yeah, Guangdong Tigers.
That's bad. Whatever.
What are
Was
you
the
gonna
Cubs, so
do? Exactly.
I don't care. Good.
Let's
Actually,
get
no,
into
not a print on downfalls, but
yeah. Let's get into some rumors from Jeff Passan, and he thinks the Cubs will get one of the 4 Boris clients.
I agree.
I agree. We'll talk about Bellinger in a second. I don't know. Each day I get more nervous.
Yeah, I don't even know anymore, dude. It's
don't
so
either.
lame.
It is, and our next segment is talking about Boris, but this is like a serious problem. Like
I
it
know,
hurts the game
It's bad for the sport.
when these free agents aren't even like pitchers and catchers report in a week.
I was gonna say they report really soon. And
I mean, like I don't even know what the
Snell
Cubs might be
and
too.
Montgomery haven't signed. And those are two of the better pitchers in the league.
I mean, the Dodgers and Padres, their pitchers and catchers already reported
That's insane.
because they're going to Korea to start the
Really?
season.
It's I don't know, man.
I mean, February 14th for the Cubs. So that's
this is the only
5
sport it
days.
happens into.
Yeah, I mean, I understand like Scott Boras, you want to get the most money for not only himself but his players, but it becomes a serious problem when all these big names like Bryce Harper didn't sign till February like 28th or something when he was a free agent Boras client. Like there's a common theme. It's all of the guys left pretty much are Boras clients.
Yeah, it's really it's a shame. And NBA free agency opens up, goes nuts immediately. Like everybody's gone within the first week.
An hour. I mean, even
I know some guys like barely linger, but and then NFL is pretty quick too. Like
obviously, like the NFL and NBA, they have a legal tampering period. I'm not expecting free agents to sign the day free agency opens up.
Yeah, that's fine, but within the first
all the
month,
big guys, first month, latest maybe a week after the winter meetings.
Yeah,
like that's what those are there for. I shouldn't have to be monitoring outside of Ohtani and Yamamoto the next 4 biggest free agents in the middle of February.
We're really monitoring Matt Chapman. Are we kidding? I know he's a pretty solid player, but come on, I mean, you're not that good. You're not allowed to wait till February.
Exactly,
buddy. The season ended in early November.
Another problem is these guys just want so much more money than they're worth.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry, I love Cody Bellinger. He's not a $200 million player.
Yeah, no, his like batted ball, like analytics
Data
are just
is
not good
terrible.
enough.
I mean, do we have any ideas on how to fix this? I have one.
I was just saying you can't like I, I don't even like. I was thinking like you get a legal tampering period right after like
The World Series. Those
yeah
5 days where, well, then that eliminates like because the whole part of those 5 days is like teams get to negotiate only, or players get to negotiate only with the team they played for. I don't even think you need a legal tampering period.
yeah I think you just shorten free like if
You
there's
have
a
to put a deadline.
yeah you have to sign by then.
Like
You have to sign before the new year.
I like that. The only problem is there's still 2 months of the off season.
All right,
I,
well
I I would say you
trades.
you have to sign before January 31st
That's I guess that's fair. Yeah, because it makes sense because then spring training comes up
because then
and
you
all
got
that.
2.5 weeks before pitchers and catchers report, and then teams kind of know where they're at for spring training.
It's just so annoying. I
It
like
it's infuriating. I mean, and the problem is every day it's just the same regurgitating rumors.
oh
Like
Cubs
Passan,
are still looking at Bellinger.
Rosenthal, Bellinger. Cubs are the front runner for Cody Bellinger. Uh, Cubs Giants interested in Matt Chapman. Like, how many times can you say the same thing a different way?
Yeah, I know. I feel bad for them because that's their job and they just like don't have a choice.
Yeah. I mean, look at us, bro. We have nothing. Like, we get mad that there's nothing to talk about, and we
I
have
know.
whatever 50 listeners, maybe.
It's terrible. Like I mean,
Imagine that. Like, that's your full time,
I
and
know
you have
they
to put out an article every
we
day.
this is like a hobby. Like this is
Yeah.
these guys make money. I mean, I guess like I'd love to make money that way, but if we're being real here. But like,
I
imagine
mean,
being like
one day
Thomas Bossart is Jeff Passan. Oh
that
my
would be
God, Thomas
crazy.
Bossart tweeted that Cody Bellinger is signing a 5-year, $1 million deal because fuck Boris. I hope he gets no
Yeah.
money.
Uh, the funny thing is, like, it's it's just because we're used to like the Woj, Shams, Passon, and all them. But I feel like you have to have the right name for it. Like if I was some big beat reporter and it's like according to Tristan Phillips, Cody Bellinger is signed with the Cubs.
I
It
feel
just
like
doesn't have the ring.
I could hear it.
Really?
Yeah,
I feel
like
like Jeff Passon just flows off the tongue, right?
it's because you see it so often. Like
Yeah.
I guess like Passan doesn't have like Woj, Shams, like they have
Shefty.
nicknames. Nah, nobody calls him Schefter. I mean Shefty. See that? There you go.
Yeah.
But I feel like Chris Phillips is just like a simple name. I don't know. I feel like you're lagging a little bit. Oh,
You're lagging for me.
oh.
You're good now.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. But I'm saying like if I like Thomas Bosser, I feel like you'd like Woj, Shams, Boss, like I feel like it
Boss,
works.
yeah.
I feel like it
Yeah.
works.
I could see it. I could
Yeah.
see it.
But like I don't know. I have a hot take, dude. I don't know. I don't know if I want to leave the Woj train or not and go to Shams.
You know what? I'm gonna say the hot take you're gonna say. I've been a Shams guy for the last 3 years.
It's really that Shams is like he's from Chicago.
I didn't even know that. I just
And Shams like goes on podcasts and like
yeah,
he was on Kenny Beecham's podcast.
like
King of the fourth
Shams
quarter.
puts himself out there. Woj just tweets
Let me
when
look.
something happens,
Let me look at Woj. Maybe I'm gonna flame Woj real quick. And
bro. I
he,
mean,
man, like Shams was like trying to riz on stream. Like,
dude, What's the? She was on Good Morning Football.
yeah, I don't remember who it was,
I
but
forgot her name. She's also a Bears fan.
really,
Like, no disrespect to Woj, but he just looks like a freaking chemical sciences major from like an Ivy League school.
yeah. And Shams was like giving info like on the podcast and stuff. And I don't know, man. He's just more like Woj just flows better. Like Woj
Yeah.
bomb,
Woj
like boom,
bomb,
like Shams bomb. Nah,
Shams
man.
bomb, nah. Like I still like Woj, but I've been team Shams for a while now.
It's tough, man. Because that's like the only sport where there's two like big dogs. Like,
Well,
sh-
like baseball has Passan and Rosenthal.
okay, Passon is like number one,
Passan's the alpha though.
and then like even in like football, like Shefty and like Rap.
Schefter.
I just call it Shefty because you call him Shefty. Okay.
Rap. That's another
R-
nickname. Rappaport.
I wouldn't call him Rap though. I guess Rap Sheet. But
Yeah.
fair enough. But I like Schefter is like that guy. I'm trying to. I guess you're the hockey man.
Hockey has a bunch. Frank Saravalli, Emily Kaplan. Those are the big ones.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kevin Weeks.
That's a name that flows. Kevin Weeks.
And he's a meme. He's memed it.
I think of Ricky Weeks.
Kevin Weeks, a couple years ago when he first started to get into it after his hockey career, he would break news from like obscure places, and it'd only be like his eyes and his forehead in the video.
Yeah.
So he just took it and ran with it once people pointed it out.
That's kind of funny. Hey, it makes himself different, so
Exactly.
it's got to do that. It's important.
I think we need to have a conversation on Jed Hoyer. And I think he's done a fantastic job with trading the core, rebuilding the farm, and attempting to field a competitive team. But it is kind of annoying that he's almost scared to make the wrong move. Like, it's almost like he has so much PTSD from the Jason Hayward signing that he's scared to overpay.
Was he in the office when that happened?
Yeah.
He was, okay. How long has he been with us?
For a while, man. Like, I want to say he came with Theo. When did the Cubs get Jed Hoyer? Yeah, he came with Theo.
Really? So he was in Boston before?
He might have been before Theo. October 2011. Theo,
I think that was before
2012.
Theo. As you said, that's like right before it, though.
Oh, no. Same year. They got Theo October 12th, 2011, and then Jed October...
What was Jed's
26.
role?
He's
Good
been
on
the general
Wikipedia.
manager.
Usually does a pretty good job.
He
No.
was the general manager until
Wait.
Theo was gone.
No,
What do you mean?
I'm aware of that. I'm just saying when Theo was there,
He was the general
like
manager.
what was he? Really? Oh, I guess
Mhm.
he was president. Theo's president
Now
of baseball
he's president of
operations.
baseball operations. And baseball's
That's-
weird like that.
I know it's so confusing. It's like I guess like it makes sense because like Carter Hawkins, you're not like, oh, it's GM Carter Hawkins. You're like assistant GM Carter Hawkins is the way I think of it.
Yeah.
I like Carter Hawkins too, but
I
he
do
doesn't-
too. He's really rebuilt the pitching infrastructure.
Yeah, dude, I'm so happy we like actually have that now. I don't like. I feel like I'm more into like the homegrown pitching and then buying bats because that's how we were before. That we were homegrown like hitting and then buying pitchers.
I think now it's honestly probably better to have pitching because
Yeah,
especially because the way the league is, like you need 12 to 15 pitchers that you can just go out and have them throw throughout the course of the year.
yeah. I mean, people get injured. I mean, people like it's easier to pick up on stuff now too. Just so much technology. Like as for hitters, you need deep pitching. It's so nice
even
too.
if it's just some random dude coming out of the pen in the 6th inning, it's just another arm.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, it's crazy that you have like your lighters of the world. Like, I'm thinking why I'm the other one, not Owsley, because like he's.
Merriweather.
Well, he wasn't homegrown though.
Oh. Alzolay was homegrown.
Lighter. Am I blanking? Or maybe I'm just tweaking.
I mean, Steele was homegrown.
I'm trying to think of bullpen.
Bullpen is the one where you can go out and buy.
Yeah, but I'd rather like it's
Keegan
so
Thompson.
Important. Yeah.
When he was effective.
Yeah.
Javier Assad.
He's homegrown.
Who do we got here? Luke Little, homegrown.
I guess I'm
Palencia,
just tweaking.
Homegrown.
But yeah, I was gonna mention Little in Palencia, but they're still finding their way. I mean, Palencia had a good stretch for a little bit, and then he kind of fell off.
Yeah. I mean,
no way. There's no way Palencia only weighs 160 pounds and he throws that hard.
He's a little fireball.
That's insane. Luke Little's the opposite. He's 6'8",
Luke
220
Little's
though.
6. It's just, I mean, he's skinny,
Yeah.
but he's a big dude.
Yeah, he had a little bit of run.
Um,
We forgot
but
to
like
mention last time about Yency Almonte. I completely forgot about
I
that.
forgot he was part of the Michael
Yeah,
Bush trade.
when we were talking about like the bullpen last episode, I'm like, and I saw him like, wait, I completely forgot we had this
It
guy.
is an even year. He's literally
I know
like the Giants.
he's supposed to
He's
play
only
good this
good
year.
on the even years. For whatever reason, I was bored yesterday in class, and I was watching highlights from the 2016 team, and that rotation was just insane. Like they were consistently going 7 to 8 innings.
Yeah.
I don't think any team's gonna be like that again.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
But who knows? I think the Cubs probably need one more arm, preferably a lefty in the pen.
Yeah, I don't really know who's your option is at this point though.
The only thing I can think of is Tanner Scott from the Marlins.
Yeah, you're
But you
thinking
probably
like
having to trade someone like Canario and Triantos for him.
Nah, it's not worth it.
I agree.
I'm looking at the free agent tracker, see who's even left.
Well, we'll talk about the big four in a second, but let's talk about Bellinger since there's been reports that he might take a 1-year deal, and
I don't think he will.
I think it's just it would be so stupid for him to
After
take
the
a
year he just
1-year
had.
deal.
Like I don't think I don't know if
There's
he'll
no way
top
he
last
should
year.
bet on himself again after having an 800 plus OPS and hitting over 300.
Yeah, that would just be stupid. I think the opt out could happen.
Like 6 years with an opt out after 2 and 4, I like.
Yeah, I could see that happening, but I think that there's no way he takes a prove it deal again. He already proved it.
Exactly. Which, but at this rate, if it's true that there's no formal offer for him, he's either going to have to come down on his price a lot, or he's going to have to sign a shorter term deal.
I think he should just come down on his price.
I think it's like, even if he signed, like, we'll get into it right now, a Bellinger contract prediction. I would say 6 years, 165, $107 million.
I was gonna say 6
Opt
years,
out
180.
180, you think?
Yeah, I think
Opt
that's
outs
fair.
after 2 years and 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even like the
Because
opt.
he is only, what, 28?
27, 28.
Because it'll let him, like, he's 28. So after 2 years, he'll be 30, 31 maybe. He'll be able to double dip.
Turns 29 in July.
Yeah, so he'll be able to double dip in free agency if he wanted to. Or if it gives him insurance too if he gets hurt or regresses back to his 2021, 2022
What
type.
does he even want? Like, how many years does he want?
I think he wants like 6,200. I don't think it's the years. I think it's the term, or the term. That's the same thing. The dollars. Like, I think he wants $200 million.
And nobody's even like close to giving it to him.
I think GMs just laughed really at it.
Yeah,
Because that's insane. Like, he's a really valuable player, but $200 million for one good year that could possibly be fluky based on
there's not enough sample size recently.
exactly. Like, if he had done it for 2 years and produced like that, I would say do it.
Yeah, he'd probably be worth over 200.
Yeah, easily. I think 6 in the realm of 170, 180.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair.
I think that's perfectly fair.
I
The problem is, I think Jed's in 6 for 160 type range. Which goes back to my point. Like, if you really want a guy, are you
Get
going to
him.
be willing to pay the extra 10, 20 million?
I mean, I would.
Like,
At the end of the day, that it only adds like 2 million over like every year.
exactly. Like, you're the Chicago Cubs. I'd understand if you get nervous at the 10, 12 million if you're the Brewers or the Reds or the Rays. You are the third largest market, and honestly, outside of New York, the biggest baseball brand.
Yeah,
Like, spend like it.
it's really a shame. I feel like we
It
have this
is.
conversation with every team. Conversation. with every team.
I hate it here, man. Oh, well, let's talk about Blake Snell, who's insane for wanting like $270 million over 9
That
years.
is holy. All right, buddy.
Like, yes, he just came off a Cy Young.
He's 31.
31. I mean, he's had 2 elite seasons. Everything else has been kind of meh. 2018 was his best by far. 1.989 ERA, less than a 1 WHIP, won the Cy Young. Last year, 2.25 ERA, didn't really walk anybody.
Last year?
Or, I'm sorry.
Last year you walked
everybody.
everybody. Oh, I guess
Yeah.
It's like what?
I read it wrong.
Okay.
1.189 WHIP. Won the Cy Young. Like, but then you can't discredit 2019 through 2022, where
Well, he didn't
he
pitch
had a
like bad, but not that not worth 270. Those stats right there don't even get you 100 million.
Yeah, no, a 3.85 ERA over the course of those years, and 1.27 WHIP. Like, that's a Tyone type contract.
In the 1 year, he had a 3.24. He only pitched 50 innings.
Was that the
2020? Oh wait, I guess
that was the COVID year.
Yeah, but still.
But again, yeah,
still fair.
Like look at Jameson Tyone. Like, let's just look his body of work. Like at 3.4 ERA. Last year was a super outlier because that was his worst year. But before last year, 3.84 ERA, and he got what, $84 million?
It's like 5 years, 84, I think. Would suck. Tyone. 4 years, 68. We weren't even close.
Oh, well, whatever. We'll round out to 70. But either way, it's less than 100 million, and this guy wants $270 million over 9 years.
Yeah.
With obviously you can't take
too.
away. Yeah, I think he's only getting
worse from here.
Like, I hate when people say, and it happens in the Bears argument, oh, well, if you take away Justin Fields' game against the Falcons, then he just was terrible. You can't just say, oh, you take away the 2 Cy Young seasons and Snell's a middle of the rotation pitcher. No shit. But also, one of those seasons came 6 years ago. Yes, he had an elite season last year. If I had to put a value on him, I'd give him 6 years. 6 years, 200 million.
People forget he gets hurt a good amount too.
Yes.
I mean, this is his 2 Cy Young years are the only years he's pitched. He pitched
more than 30 games.
Well, he had 180 innings both years. But besides that, the most he's ever had in a year is 128. He sits about 128.
Yeah.
So that's like, I don't even know. I wouldn't even give him 200 if I'm being real with you. But
it depends who I am. If I'm like the Yankees,
I guess,
or someone like that, I'm fine with giving him 200. That is 100% on the high end.
I think him and Bellinger's contract should be pretty similar.
Yeah, about 6,170.
I don't know, man. I hate that these guys think they're so good.
Dude, you know who ruined it for everybody? Albert Pujols.
Like the really long deals, or
what? Yeah, the really long deals and the super expensive deals. Like when he signed with the Angels, he was like 30.
Yeah,
and he's probably lying about his age.
I feel like every sport too, like always has that one guy that just ruined it for everybody. Or I guess not for the players, but for the front offices.
Yeah.
Like in football, it's Daniel Jones, 100%.
Oh, easily.
And then for baseball, Pujols. Basketball, who was the first? Like now, like I don't know who the first guy to do it, but now like anybody that's even like Zach LaVine, for example, like you had to give him the max, like you had to pay him $50 million a year, and like realistically, like he's probably worth like 30 on a good like season for him.
Yeah,
but it's just there's like no like middle ground.
Not at all.
I don't understand that. There's like tiers. Is like the way people like look at it.
Yeah,
it's just not how that should work.
call me absolutely crazy. Jordan Montgomery is a better signing than
Yeah,
Blake Snell.
I'd rather have Montgomery than Snell.
Just
I'd agree with you.
over his last 6 seasons, 3.63 ERA, 1.16 ERA plus 1.2 WHIP. I
I
mean,
mean,
those are almost identical.
his last 3 years has just been super solid. Sitting around 3.
Yeah.
I mean, he cooked the Cubs every time we played him when he was with St. Louis.
Yeah. Well, oddly enough, well, not really this season.
Oh well,
It
I
cut
was
to the
more
money.
going after like he got traded
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
because I feel like every time we played him, he absolutely like just ran through us.
I mean, I'd love to sign him. I think he's probably going to get like 7 years, 180.
I think he needs a 7-2-10. That's just the
Wow, you
market.
think he's going to over 200?
Yeah, that's just the market it is, especially after that that entire
That
run.
playoff run, that's true. He's already 30 though.
Yeah,
Dude, I'd love for the Cubs to get him, but then you're in the situation where
we have
you
too many
have
lefties.
what is
It's
that? It'd be 3 lefties. It'd be Imanaga, Steele, Montgomery, Tyone, and then Hendricks.
yeah. I feel like 2 lefties is kind of like, all right, buddy,
2
you're already
lefties is you're pushing it.
yeah.
But I mean, if you're gonna have multiple lefties, like Steele will be a Cy Young candidate. Imanaga's an unknown.
I guess those 2 yeah. I don't
You have
know.
to have an elite lefty to have 2.
Yeah. We honestly we'll talk about Imanaga later. We didn't plan on it, but there was like something that Steele said that's pretty interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we didn't even, now that you brought that up.
I'll
I
make the
forgot about
banner.
that. Okay. But I don't like I just hate that I don't know, man. It's just annoying. Even like Matt Chapman. I don't think he'll get as much though. I think he's kind of in a different
Matt Chapman's
category.
a weird one.
I think he'll get a shorter term deal.
Agreed. I want to say he can get 150 from like
Yeah.
a team like the Giants.
I was
since-
gonna say because it's weird because I was gonna say 380 to 85. Like I would think is
But
fair.
I think that's what he's gonna end up with. And I call me crazy. If I had to today, right now, pick one of these 4 guys to be on the Cubs, it's Matt Chapman.
Nah, I'd rather have Belly. To be honest. Like
No,
with their contract
not
or
who
like
I want, not who I want, just who I think will end up.
oh, we'll end up like your prediction.
Yeah,
I still think Belly will go over him. I think still inevitably he'll be a Cub. And I think I said this. I think Chapman's gonna end up going to the Giants. I just like
I
see
think the
it.
Giants are the best fit for him because I think that's where he's going to get the most money and the longest deal.
I mean, he has nobody really like feeding into his playing time either.
Exactly.
Like with us, we have Shaw,
Morel, maybe.
No.
Come
on, get that out of here. Come
but the Cubs also have 2 third basemen on the roster.
Madrigal. Sorry, I don't know. I like
Madrigal. Yeah, Madrigal and Wisdom. I mean, I don't want either of those guys as the opening day first baseman, but
I mean, yeah, if we had Madrigal at
third
first
baseman.
base, that'd be really. It's like me playing first base.
Throwing to that target, golly. But I think the best fit for Chapman is the Giants just because they offered Judge $350 million.
They're gonna get somebody. It's just inevitable.
There's money burning a hole in
I guess they got the guy from the KBO though, but
that's true.
Finally got somebody, and they did trade it for Robbie Ray. They did trade. People forget. I forget.
Frank, if you're listening, you're gonna like this. My new Bellinger prediction is now the Blue Jays. Just because they've swung and missed on all of the other, like the Yamamotos, the Otanis of this free agent class, I think they're gonna cave in and just be like, "Here's $200 million."
And just be like, "Fuck it," and then like, I don't really know their GM that well. Like, I don't know his tendencies.
I think it's still Ross Atkins.
Well, no, I'm just saying like his tendencies. Like, I don't, I'm like with Hoyer, that like, okay, he's gonna nickel and bargain his way, get the best deal.
Let's look. This is from. I mean, like he. Let's see. Hold on. I mean, like he went after Robbie Ray. Obviously, that was kind of a perfect deal. But
Yeah, no, that was a 1-year deal, and so was Simeon. So
yeah, Signed Gosman 5 years, $110 million.
Looking back at it, only 110.
110, yeah.
Wow, that's
He signed Hyunjin Ryu 80 million for 4 years.
he didn't do too hot with them.
Well, he's been hurt so bad or so
Yeah.
much. George Springer 6 years, 150. So like he's not scared to play in the deep end.
See, I'd rather have probably rather have Springer than Belly. And like he got 6
No.
years, 150. It's close.
Oh, you'd rather have Spring. Only reason I'd rather have Bellinger is because of the defensive value that.
No, that's literally the
provided.
reason I was gonna bring up. But like Springer is not like an unknown still.
That's true. I mean, the bat will always be there for Springer, but also like after he signed,
He didn't know he's not been as good since these Astro days.
like he's accumulated, I think, 9 WAR according to the article on the Athletic, which is worth about $70 million.
Let me look.
Well, like his 3 years with the Blue Jays.
I mean, they haven't been bad.
Nah,
This is
263, 798 OPS.
This is about what wait, let me see like the home run total. This is about what Bellinger would be putting up just besides the defensive value. Like cuz I know Bellinger hit high average this year, but we can't
I don't expect that.
It's honestly a good comp.
It is just Bellinger should obviously get more because he can play the infield. He can play first, Gold Glove. He can play center, Gold Glove.
It's just like Bellinger's still an unknown. Like that could really screw you over.
That's why like 160 to 1, even 180.
At this game,
the screw over.
I feel like that's why I feel like at the start of the year when he was playing good, you're like, okay, Springer deal.
Yeah. Dude, I forgot how good Springer was from 2015.
I know, dude. He was disgusting.
140 home runs, 274 average, 854 OPS, 131 OPS plus, 31% better than league average is kind of nuts.
Look at his 2017 year. Oh, look at the 2019 year.
2019 year, I think, was his best.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even I looked down. I was like, oh my god, 39 bombs. Yeah. He hit 292, 383. What did he finish in MVP that year? 7. Wow. You think that'd be higher? OPS plus 150.
The only problem is like he kind of was he cheating?
Oops. Oh yeah, I guess.
Like you look at the years where he
I forgot about that entire
was really going bonkers. He only played 39 home runs in only 122 games is kind of crazy.
That's insane.
I mean, even the 2017 year, 34 home runs in 140 games. The big question, like, how true are these stats?
Yeah, I mean, he fell off, but like not like it's not like he fell off a cliff. He like fell off like a hill, you know?
Yeah, I mean, even the 2020 year, that was weird for everybody. But that's when that first started to come out about the Astros. You could see that drop off, and then he leaves, and it's consistent.
All right, I'll be right back really quick.
Okay. I agree with Tom here. Like the Springer contract's a good baseline. Add about 10 to 30 million, not 30 million, 10, 20 million to it to get to for the positional or the defensive value. But I think Bellinger's going to be a Blue Jay, to be honest with you, just because I think they're going to give him what he wants, which is stupid. But and even if the Blue Jays get Bellinger, I don't think that I still think they're third in that division. I'm taking the Orioles rotation, the Yankees rotation, and the over the Blue Jays rotation. I'm taking both lineups over the Blue Jays lineup, even with Bellinger. That I think they're still going to finish third. I was just saying how I think the Blue Jays will still finish third with adding Bellinger.
Yeah,
it'll be harder for the Yankees to finish second.
That might get them into the playoffs, though, because I
think that would get them into the playoffs.
That might get them over the Mariners.
Yeah,
Mariners could have underperformed this year in a way, though.
They did. I mean, Julio Rodriguez wasn't that great.
I know. Everybody's like MVP, like talks, and just like didn't play bad, but Not to what I thought he was gonna play at.
100%. I mean, like, I understand the hype. I mean, look, this is actually I lied. I forgot he went on like the streak where he had like
Still, I thought
16.
he.
I
I don't
mean, he
know.
hit 32 home runs, 275
I
batting
expected.
average,
I expected him to like
818
I
OPS.
finish fourth in MVP with these stats. Like, I
I mean,
don't
he
know.
was,
The only way I'm thinking is because, like, I guess, like, in comparison to that Springer year we just talked about,
yeah.
because his
I,
OPS plus was only 128. I mean, only, but like,
only.
but
I
you
mean,
get
his
what I'm
rookie year's
saying.
OPS plus was 147.
That's why I'm saying,
So
like,
that's a
I
pretty
don't
big
know.
drop
Like,
off.
he definitely like had a good year. Didn't have like an insane year. Is the
I
way I
think
want to
people
put it.
thought he could be a 30 homer, 300 kind of guy,
Yeah,
which he's close. This year's this is not a make or break year, but we'll see if he kind of plateaus or if he continues his development.
I mean, yeah, he's still really young.
Let's talk about the doomsday scenario. What if the Cubs miss out on everybody? Like, what do you
Uh,
even do?
I have no advice. At that point, you just kind of I don't. You miss out on everybody. PCA makes the major league roster. You're starting center fielder. At that point, because people are like, oh, Talkman, but if you get nobody, you're not winning the division.
I I mean, you'd have to trade for someone. The only problem is, like another article from the Athletic, from December. Corbin Burns gone. Dylan Cease off the market. Emmanuel Clase off the market. Those were the top 3 trade candidates. Then the first bat is here at 4, and that's Randy Arozarena. Which really, if I'm going to be honest with you, it's just another Christopher Morel.
What? He's
Well, I
definitely
mean,
better
he
than
has a
Morel.
position. No, with the strikeout rate, they're very similar games.
I mean, Rosarena hits for a way better average than Morel, though. I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong. But
Arozarena hit 254 for average this year.
what about 263? Yeah. I mean, he's kind of regressed just every year.
I mean, 7 points better in batting average than Morel. He has regressed, but also that's a postseason performer.
Yeah.
I mean, but then Jonathan India, that's not a game-changing type of trade. Jake
No,
Cronenworth,
we don't really
like
have a spot for India either.
exactly. Jake Cronenworth's contract is terrible too, and
Yeah.
he was just terrible last year. India was also pretty bad. Uh, There's like, unless I know we've talked about Jose Ramirez on here,
He's just
it'd
not
have to
getting.
be he's not getting traded, and the package to get him, you're talking PCA and maybe Cade Horton.
Yeah. Well, I
Like
wonder if
that's
they
just
they would
not
want
happening.
more quality or quantity. Probably quality for what they because their farm's always deep.
Qual.
I feel like.
I mean, it'd probably be maybe not PCA and Cade Horton, but it'd be for sure PCA, probably Ben Brown, Alcantara, and Casey,
Hey, that's a lot.
which is it's just an insane return. But speaking of the young prospects, this is the only option that I think Jed would think of if they miss out on everybody. And I know Matt Cozy from Locked On Cubs tweeted this earlier. It would be a massive youth movement. Let the kids play. Rotate PCA and Canario in center. You have Morel, Matt Shaw, maybe, depending how his spring goes.
I don't like it.
I don't either. You're the Chicago Cubs. Go win the goddamn
I
division.
mean, you put yourself into such a good spot too, having like a 90 win team or like high 80s win team with like one of the best farms in baseball.
Yeah.
That's just consistency for greatness. Like, I mean, you want to be like a team like how the Cardinals were for such a long time. And like obviously they haven't won anything since it was 2011, but
No, I mean, yeah.
you want to be like contending every year. And like
Exactly.
you're the Cubs too. Like you have the money. You have the money that the Cardinals like. I guess Cardinals still like they do spend a good amount.
They're like a mid market.
I'd give them like
But
upper mid, but
the thing with baseball is you just have to get in. I don't care if you get in with 80 wins or
Yeah,
110 wins.
anybody can really win, and you have to
It's
get
not
hot at the
like
right
the
time.
NBA. Like in the NBA, you got to be a top 4 seed to really have a chance. And even then, if you're a 4 seed, you're probably not looking too hot.
Yeah.
NFL, an underdog wins pretty often.
I feel like
But
it's so hard for an underdog to win 3 straight games, especially
yeah,
on the road. Like,
NHL underdogs win all the time. But MLB and NHL, they're just so random. The ball or puck can bounce in just a
I mean, you
completely
saw the
different
Diamondbacks
direction.
this year in the World
Exactly. And
Series.
they were ahead of the Cubs by 1.5 games because they had the
Yeah,
tiebreaker.
and then like even the Nationals won a World Series at
Yeah.
19, I think it was.
I mean, let's just look at the last World. I mean, the Phillies when they were in the World Series.
Yeah, no, they were kind of an underdog story. I'm trying to think of any other teams that like
Um,
spark my mind.
you had the Braves. They were 88 win team.
Yeah, no, that team like, and they won it all. Like
They
this
had
is
no
the
Acuna.
I know they were. It was Eddie Rosario. Like Eddie Rosario was like the best player
Exactly.
in the playoffs.
Kansas City in 2015. That was a wild card team. I think the Giants were a wild card team in 2014.
It just shows that
Go
like
back to. I mean, the 2006 St. Louis Cardinals were complete dog water in the regular season. I think they had 86 wins, and
just
they
the
won the
dog
World
water is
Series.
crazy.
There's so many instances where, I mean, obviously you want to win the World Series, but the teams that are making these deep runs,
And
like you said, the Diamondbacks last year, it's not crazy to
it's not
say.
even like we're gonna be like a Diamondbacks team like for a long time. It's just like for example like this year like we're gonna keep getting better and better. It feels like
I don't expect anyone who has World Series expectations this year
you
is
shouldn't.
you shouldn't expect to make the playoffs. I think that should be everyone's
And have a
expectation.
good like
Probably win in the wild card round,
and then
like
you
the
can get
wild
bounced
card
in
series.
divisional. It's fine.
If you lose in the division series, whatever. I think their ceiling is probably the championship series,
Yeah, I don't. They're not going to World Series this year.
even if they got a Bellinger and a Chapman
The Hawks just scored, or they
again.
scored. Oh no,
I
not
saw
again.
the Vlasic goal.
Oh, you saw that? Okay.
Yeah, it was a nice little snipe. He's so good, dude.
I wonder what the live bet is on the Rangers.
Oh, that's not a bad beat.
And a bad beat. What?
I said the wrong word. I meant to
Yeah,
say
no.
take.
I was like, what?
Oh, the Rangers just scored. Fuck.
Oh, okay. Well, man, I wonder what
Pardon
it
my
was.
French. I'm sure it wasn't plus money.
No, but maybe it was like a minus 150.
Yeah, it's
And
tied and they're minus 350. That's
man,
unfortunate. But let's close it out with what Justin Steele had to say about Shota Imanaga. So apparently both are at the spring training complex in Mesa, Arizona. And Justin Steele was watching a bullpen of Shota Imanaga, and he tweeted out yesterday, watch Shota Imanaga throw a bullpen today. I'm on eBay now looking for cards. Guy is filthy.
yeah, he was like he had probably the best stuff in all of free agency, which is like crazy to say. I'm not even
It's
being
probably
biased,
easily him or Snell.
but he just doesn't like throw as hard as
I mean, one of
the other
my
guys.
favorite things, like I've probably watched this video way too many times, but that freaking at bat against Goldschmidt in the WBC final, where he struck him out on 3 pitches, Goldschmidt was just shaking his head. He had no clue what was happening.
That was a really good value contract for Imanaga. It was cheap, which is weird. It feels like they're never cheap.
I was shocked that I mean,
Did
I'm just
four?
I'm just
I think
watching
it's
this
4
video.
years, 53 or something.
Yeah, something like that. He started
Yeah.
off with the first pitch curveball. That was a strike. Elevated fastball. That was a foul back, and then a dirty ass changeup on the corner Struck out Goldschmidt in 3 pitches.
So yeah, it's 4 years, 53 with I think a
It
team
can
option
go
for
up to 5 to 60 or 5 to 80.
it's 580, and it's
Yeah.
Chicago will have an option to extend the deal to 5 years.
Yes. Which when he was first posted, people were like, "That's a $100 million type contract."
Yeah, he probably should have been touching triple digits.
I do think the Cubs benefited a lot from. He hadn't signed, like he signed the contract the day before his posting window closed.
Yeah, he was kind of screwed.
So he kind of had to do something.
Definitely had a higher offer at one point. I feel like that's usually what happens.
I think he actually did. It's just he was living in Chicago.
Yeah, it wasn't the entire time.
Yeah. And he loved it here. And I think he turned down more money because initially he wasn't sure if the Cubs were going to offer him.
Yeah.
And then they ended up offering him and he took it, which as much as that's a good move, that can't be your marquee move of the offseason.
Oh, 100%.
Like you can't go into next year with your 2 biggest moves being 2 unknowns in Bush and Imanaga.
Dude, Hector Neris.
As much as I like that signing, I'd say the other 2 are probably bigger.
Well, yeah, no, I was joking. Bush is that one's just interesting. I don't know. That's the only move that will really be time will tell. Because we could get absolutely fleeced, or we could fleece.
So mad because I had Jackson Ferris as like elite starting pitcher upside.
Yeah, why him, man? Chad,
Could have been any other's pitcher.
Give him,
I would have been fine with getting rid of Brown.
I was just gonna say, but I don't think they would have done it for Ben Brown.
Yeah, I probably. But looking at their list from last year, well, I think they would have. Brown was a higher. Excuse me.
Yeah, but
higher
Ferris is younger.
That's true.
So it does just because that isn't quite how it works.
You could have given up Drew Gray. He's only 20. Another left-handed pitching prospect. I would have been mad, but not as mad. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
tough looks.
Hopefully, he's got to be good, man.
I mean, the upside with Bush is a guy that hits
40 bombs.
40 bombs and 280. Like that's like his max ceiling.
That's
I
insane.
don't expect. Yeah, I mean that's an MVP type player. If I had to guess, he's going to sit around 260 with 25 to 30 home runs.
Didn't they say that they wanted to not have against lefties as much?
I mean, that's kind of dumb, though.
He hit better against. I'm pretty sure he might have hit better against lefties. Look at his splits.
Giving up that much for a platoon guy is.
I know.
Like, that's a fireable offense. And I like Jed Hoyer. But like you said, time will tell. So we'll see what happens. But I think we're going to wrap it up there.
I found his splits.
Anything else to add? Trying to find his splits.
Yeah,
I'm sure StatNews has it.
In the majors, he didn't like his splits. He was better against lefties in the majors. I'm trying to look at not the majors. I don't know if they're gonna give it to me. That's annoying. Whatever, but in the majors, he had. I mean, not a big sample size, but
I don't know if they do splits for minors.
Dumb, but whatever.
But yeah, well, at least on
Vanguard or
Baseball
I was gonna say I'm on reference. Yeah, well, there it is.
Yeah. All right. We'll be back on Monday. Be on the lookout for socials for Super Bowl picks, props, and other random tweets. I started a Twitter war with the Milwaukee Brewers after they posted a tweet of them pre-releasing Cubs Brewers tickets where you had to have a Wisconsin area code to purchase.
Dude, if anybody wants it, I can purchase them for you.
Yeah.
We do own property in Wisconsin.
So does my grandparents.
I'm gonna buy them
Oh.
out. I'm gonna buy every single one.
And I just sell it to Cubs fans.
No, I'm gonna keep.
Oh, it's just gonna be you.
Yes.
You're the only guy at the stadium.
Yeah.
Guaranteed to get a foul ball or a home run.
And then I'm just gonna start yelling so you can hear me through the broadcast.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh,
Well, we're
man.
gonna
I
end
wonder
it here,
how expensive that would cost.
dude. Let's just say $50 a ticket to kind of average out the cheap seats and the
Milwaukee
expensive ones.
or
times
Miller
what,
Park.
40,000,
Miller Park capacity.
$2 million.
41.9.
So 41,900. 2,095,000.
It's nothing. That's so worth it.
Come on now.
That's
That's how
so
much
worth
we
it.
make for each episode.
Yeah, come on. With our we
Huh?
got this sponsorship by like an invisible pen because we don't say anything because it's like invisible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You gotta spray the.
If you spray your
or-
screen, you'll see it.
You'll see. Don't listen to us.
No, please do it. It's there. You just gotta trust us.
Just if you're listening on a podcast app, we can't help you. You got to go to the YouTube.
Yep. There it is.
It's right over Tom's face. You spray
Yeah.
Tom's face. Whoa, pause.
It's actually the wall right right there. You spray
I
that.
can't. I mean, like, let's take some water here. You got some water in my hand. Just boom. There's the contract.
Yep, right there.
All right. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. We're gonna end it here.
All right.
Thanks for listening. We'll catch you guys on Monday. Be on the lookout on the socials.